You know those stories where the little guy, the underdog, somehow manages to outsmart the big bully?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Classic tales.
Well, today we're diving into one of the best, The Rabbit and the Lion. It's all about brains over brawn, really.
Mm-hmm.
We're using excerpts from the classic story itself, and our mission basically is to figure out why the simple story feels so, I don't know, so powerful. Why does it stick with us?
It's such a great setup, isn't it? You've got this jungle, and it's completely dominated by this one powerful lion.
Right, creating total fear.
Exactly. Fear. And the animals are desperate. So desperate, they come up with this grim plan, sending one animal each day to be eaten, just to keep the peace, sort of.
Wow, talk about high stakes, a terrible situation.
It really is. And then along comes the rabbit. Small, not physically imposing at all.
And it's his turn. He's basically facing certain death.
Looks that way.
Hmm.
But instead of just, accepting it,
He gets clever.
he does. He starts thinking. And his first move, it's simple, really. He just delays. He doesn't show up on time.
Which sounds small, but it's actually key, isn't it?
It is. That delay lets the lion get hungrier, angrier, more impatient. It makes him much more likely to believe the crazy story the rabbit cooks up.
So it primes the lion. The rabbit's using the lion's own impatience against him.
Precisely. So the rabbit finally shows up late. The lion is furious, naturally. Why are you late?
And the rabbit has this incredible excuse ready. Not just late, but he says something like, oh, I was attacked.
Attacked. And not just him, but the other rabbits meant for the lion, too.
By another lion. He claims there's another lion out there.
And here's the genius part. He says this other lion declared himself the real king of the jungle.
Oh, that's brilliant. Directly challenging the lion's ego, his power.
Exactly. It hits the lion right where it hurts. His pride, his status. It's not just an excuse anymore. It's a direct insult.
And the lion totally falls for it. He doesn't question it for a second.
Nope. He's enraged. Blindsided by his own arrogance, maybe? He just demands, take me to this imposter now.
So the rabbit, probably trying hard not to look too pleased, agrees.
And he leads the furious lion. Not to another lion, of course, but to an old well.
A simple well, just sitting there.
Yeah, but it becomes the stage for the whole final act, deception, using just a simple reflection.
So the rabbit points down into the water, tells the lion, there he is, down there.
And the lion looks in, sees his own reflection, angry, growling back at him.
But he thinks it's the rival lion challenging him.
Completely convinced, fueled by rage, ego. He doesn't think. He just leaps in.
Splash. And, well, that's the end of the tyrannical lion.
Problem solved. His downfall is really his own arrogance. He couldn't see the reality right in front of him, or rather, reflected back at him.
And just like that, peace returns to the jungle. The animals are safe, incredibly grateful to this clever little rabbit. And we get that famous moral, well, yeah, come on, be like kind of intelligence is greater than strength.
It really is. And that message, I think, that's why the story resonates so much. It speaks to that feeling we all have sometimes of being the smaller player facing a huge obstacle.
The underdog.
Exactly. It gives you hope, right? That clever thinking strategy that can actually win against brute force. Think about it for yourself, When have you felt like that rabbit facing a lion?
It really makes you think about those David and Goliath moments, not just in old stories, but like everywhere. Why are we so drawn to them, these tales of the little guy winning?
Well, I think it's because power imbalances are just a fundamental part of human experience, aren't they? We all face situations where we feel outmatched.
Yeah, that's true.
And these stories, they offer this powerful alternative. They say, look, cleverness, ingenuity, these are real weapons.
Yeah.
Sometimes even better than pure strength. It kind of gives us permission to think outside the box when things feel impossible.
So the big takeaway here is pretty clear.